How you doing? I was an idiot today and recorded this video first try with zero audio. We're going to go through the game that I played and kind of talk about everything that I talked about again. So don't worry, you're going to get the exact same video. But yes, we're back on MLB 24 today, and we have a new captain to use, the Jose Altuve Short King captain. And I put together a bunch of teams and finally got to this team here, and they're actually really dang fun. Half the reason is because they're cards I haven't used much of, but also I have the lefty captain Clayton Kershaw on, which makes Stephen Kwan and Ricky Henderson especially really dang good. So basically we made these contact boys into some pretty good power hitters. So we're going to play a right game and see how it goes. So I figured it made sense to give this team a go, especially since I am apparently a short king, is being 5'9" myself. And we queue up, of course, at Shieldwoods, the most painful stadium in the game. And we're against a team of like a bajillion parallel fives and Randy Johnson, which is definitely not fun. So yeah, in terms of MLB The Show and the community today, the main thing I guess there's to talk about, at least for me, are some of the posts that some of my fellow content creator folk have made. I believe Kyle tweeted out a tweet saying that he was kind of basically done with making MLB 24 content and that MLB 25 will be taking us to the promised land with no more sets and seasons. And then Cougs also kind of said the same thing, where he was basically kind of done with posting MLB 24 content. And to, I guess, talk about that, it's very normal, especially here in January, to kind of feel done with the game. But it's kind of funny that it's happening because now I'm actually kind of ramping my content into gear this January and really getting into a rhythm now, hopefully heading into the new game. And I feel like this is actually something I've done over the last few years. I tend to get burnt out at around like November, December. Also, yes, I had a home run robbed from me. We don't need to talk about that one. Obviously, not everyone works the same as me, and the way that they make content is a lot about the new Diamond Dynasty content at any given time. So when you don't have new DD content, what's the point in still making stuff? So I get it. But I'm curious on your thoughts. Are you still playing this game at this point in January? Are you just watching us like zoo exhibits, like, oh, I gotta get my fix of baseball in, but I can't play that game? Also, this is my first time pitching with this Tarek Skubal. I mean, he's one of those pitchers that I think would be good, but I know has a very quick pinpoint motion in the stretch. So I think as long as you prevent runners, he'll probably be pretty solid. And at least for the first few innings of this game, he felt really good on the mound. And it probably could have been that lefty captain adding a little bit more of the hits and Ks per nine, I think, is what that Kershaw adds. Feels like every single game of ranked here in January, you're playing Randy Johnson, and I had some really ugly swings here. But yeah, I've actually been playing MLB 24 a little bit over the last day or so. I'm making a video for my main channel, Scan, and basically I'm playing all the modes on the game to kind of describe it very simply. And I've been playing it March to October. I think I'm about, how long? 6 hours in? Also, I was cooking versus Randy. 2 straight perfect, 2 runners on. And then I stranded him. But yeah, I've actually had some fun with it. Like, I wish I could really quantify what it is. The things I don't like about it is that it really is like a franchise mode, but you don't have as much control. But I like the way that it streamlined things. So if you aren't someone who hasn't played franchise much, honestly, like I have over the last couple years, then it's good to kind of like understand the steps. Speaking of that video, I'll probably be making a video on this channel playing some Battle Royale, because I actually got to play some BR here in DD and get some more of those cards for season collections. I think that at this point, especially in January, it is fun to mess around and experiment with other modes that you may not normally play in this game. And at least through my experience so far this year, a lot of the other modes have been better than I've even expected. Also, I'm gonna do a perfect imitation of this Jose Altuve home run. Bop! Bang! Bang! Trash cans. I don't know why that came out of my mouth. Of course, the person I hit a home run with was Jose Altuve. At this point in the game, I actually started reading Randy well, and I was hitting the ball hard. But I don't know if it's because this team is kind of a contact-based team, or if the game was being mean to me, but I could not get much going, even though I was hitting the ball hard. I even played the woman road to the show, and actually really impressed. Basically, the story is that you and another girl are going to get drafted by the MLB, and I guess you're going to be progressing through the minor league experience together. And yeah, it was actually kind of fun the little bit that I played. And I want to see some more of those elements, at least kind of storyline-wise, carry over into the regular road to the show mode, because I felt like that one was really lacking it. Also, there were some more like animations that I hadn't seen before. Like when I got drafted, I went up and shook Rob Manfred's hand, even though I was drafted in like the 11th round. Yep, I hit another homer with Jose Altuve, by the way. This became the Jose Altuve video. Bop! But, you know, there's no way this is going to go perfectly nice here at Shield Woods. I gave him a homer. I just realized it was the Freddie Freeman. But yeah, he wasn't going to go down without a fight while he had Randy Johnson on the mound. As long as he was in the game and I wasn't able to run away with the lead, my opponent was going to kind of hang around and get some of these annoying little dinky hits just to give himself a little bit of a chance. But, you know, we'd make it through. School would get the job done. Oh, yeah, here's some, I guess, news to talk about. 2K announced their new golf game, PGA Tour 2K25, and it's actually a current gen only game. Only comes out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. Bop! But I'm really optimistic that we're finally at that point where all of the sports games are going to be coming out purely for the current gen consoles. Also, bop! Anthony Volpe. That was one of the homers of all time. I've been using him a lot in that March to October, and that's exactly why I put him on the team. I actually really like this swing. Should have been a homer, but you know, this is Shield Woods, baby. You sign up for this. But yeah, PGA Tour is on only current gen, and we're probably at that point where it's time. I mean, college football was one of the best couple, if not the best-selling game of the year, and it was only available on PS5, Xbox Series X, right? So if PGA Tour is doing the same thing on the 2K side of things, I don't know, dude. Maybe it's time for MLB The Show to do the same thing too. I know when I mentioned it earlier in the week, I want them to come out on PS4 and Xbox One just for the accessibility. And I still really believe that they need to have a full-blown separation. But I don't know, as I'm seeing more games only do the current generation, I could see it happening. I guess the only thing is that I really think they're really intentional with coming out on Switch. And also, you know, Nintendo and Sony do well in Japan. And if there's any sports game that they would be getting over there, it would be MLB The Show. Also, we finally get Joe Kelly out of the game, and I think this is where I finally started to lock in. Bop! Ricky Henderson hit a big tank. Rest in peace to him, absolute legend. I wouldn't get called on this check swing. Bop! And then next pitch, I'd hit a tank with Steven Kwan. And at that point, my opponent was done. Salute to you, buddy. Wouldn't be MLB The Show in January without a rage quit, right? So yeah, I could see MLB The Show wanting to come out on Switch just so they could really target that audience of people. Then they may as well make it for PS4 and Xbox One too, because it's like basically the same generation, you know? If they could at least make a big boy upgrade for the current generation version, that would be sick. But yeah, this is the team that we used, the Short King team, and it wasn't even the sweatiest way to have it built. You could use Eduardo Escobar, Jose Ramirez, even someone like Mike Yastrzemski I think would be really good with this team if you haven't used him much at all. And then we also got the Manny Machado captain, which boosts finest players, and I think this team could be pretty good too, but the only thing with Manny is he boosts like contact versus righties and power versus lefties. So it's a weird mix of attributes that get boosted. So you're sending out Manny with 96 contact versus lefties. But I don't know, I don't really love captains like this where they only boost one side of contact or power. I typically like to see power versus both sides or contact versus both sides boosted. But yeah, before I keep on yapping, because I am at the end of this recording, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you hanging out on the channel here as we're getting ramped up for MLB 25. I appreciate you all, and see ya.